The goal of this piece was to kind of reinvent cinema lighting. Basically, it goes back to 2015 when our pilot Brad Meyer and a couple of co-workers from FreeFly were attaching an LED-powered China ball to the Alta 6, and the footage just completely blew me away. That sparked the whole idea.
After a few months, we traveled to upstate New York to test all this out, and we just couldn't believe the results. The problem was the light didn't have quite enough output, and we were pushing 30,000 ISO.
After a lot of testing and building, we finally created a light that had about 10 times as much output. Adding in the new RED Helium 8K allows us to shoot a clean image at 3200 ISO. And with the support of FreeFly Systems and their new MoVI Pro, this is really a game changer for the future of cinema. My name is Tim Sessler.
And I'm Bray, and here's a behind-the-scenes look at our latest piece, The Light. We wanted to go into a more narrative piece, but really push the abstract while letting the visuals do most of the storytelling.
Our goal was to really stylize this. Oftentimes it was just one or two light sources. For example, on the roof, it's just one flashlight backlighting the character, and then an actual practical police light lighting his face.
And then the rain just made everything more incredible, so
yeah,
we lucked out.
That's just the spirit of the whole project. Even to the degree that at the end of the first night we got the light stuck in a tree.
But I mean, I think that it's worth noting that Tim had built that from scratch, and it was soldered together, and there we had one, there was not two. So when the Alta 6 got wrapped up in the top of the tree, we knew that that could be the end of the entire shoot.
We have such limited time that something is changing, and we just have to react to it and make the best out of it. The moving light of the copter just creates this weird effect that nearly looks like a time-lapse image. Like, we're not used to seeing fast-moving lights.
Mixed with the cable cam, there were moments that almost looked like it was completely CGI. We were doing this in real time, and it looked like we had created some fabricated world, and it was all natural. Can you have this super smooth gimbal that we're used to and yet add some kind of a handheld aspect, which the integration with the Mimic sort of changed the game on that front.
You can basically go from a perfectly stable shot to something that feels alive, that feels handheld, that feels completely different. You can do that all in one shot. That's incredible to me. With the MoVI Pro, I can change frame rate, white balance, shutter speed, basically any camera setting from either the MoVI controller or the Mimic. It's all perfectly integrated, and it really simplifies the whole process.
Also, the integrated power option completely streamlined a lot of different aspects to the workflow, so that we were able to concentrate on one thing instead of 4 or 5. Our gaffer on this was Brian Stansfield, and he really brought the production to a completely different level. He just kept adding in all of these colors. It was incredible to kind of go through these layers of red and then green and then blue and then black, or vice versa.
There's going to be a lot of things changing just in the way that you could creatively use and move lights.
I think that we're right at the beginning of seeing who kind of takes this to the next level and then just keeps adding more and more levels of complexity to something that is we haven't really seen.